Good day, guys. Welcome to today another lecture on Algebra 101. Now, this video is focusing on lecture 2, and we are currently doing factorization. So let us get into it by first defining what is the factor of a number. A factor of a number is any number that when divided into, that number will not give a remainder. For example, let us put the number 30 on the board. And you know that number 30 have quite a lot of factor, but we're only going to focus on 2 for now, which is 2 and 15. So for those who did not know, this number and these are the factor. So thus, for number 30, the factors are 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, and also 30 itself. So the number itself form as a factor of its own self. Wow, it's messy. So let's get into it. So we write the various numbers, which is 1, 2, and 3, 5, 6. We write 10, 15, and 30 itself. As a factors of 30, right? Now we're going to focus on what you will call prime factors. So the prime factors of 30 would be 2, 3, 5. So these three numbers are called the prime factor. Why are these numbers called prime factor? Now, a number written as a product of a prime factor is said to be the prime factor form. So, for example, if you should have 2 times 3 times 5, these are called the prime factor form. I'm not going to use this. This is making the board messy. So, what are we focusing on today? So, let us get into writing a couple prime factor form. For example, for the number 70, we will have the prime factor form to be 2 times 5 times 7. And that's the prime factor form for number 70. And for number 90, the prime factor form would be 2 times 3 times 3 times 5. Now, what am I getting at? I am just focusing on the prime number because all these numbers are prime numbers. Right? And those are the number which combine to give the prime factor form. Now, speaking about number, let us label and identify some numbers. So we're going to first start off with odd numbers. Now, what are odd numbers? Numbers that cannot be divided by 2 evenly. For example, 1. So these are all odd numbers. Now, when you divide an odd number by 2, you will get a remainder of 1. Or in this case, you will get 0.5 or off. So if you get a decimal, or if you get any form of remainder, a remainder of 1, as long as it cannot be divided evenly, it is called a odd number. So these are normally skipped. So for example, if you were to write 1, then you skip the next number in the series, and that will give you an odd number. Skip the next number, that will give you an odd number. Skip the next number, that will give you an odd number. Skip the next number, that will give you an odd number. So and so forth, right? So once you skip the next number, because after an odd number comes a even number. So if you skip the even number, you will get a odd number. Speaking about even number, let us describe what are even numbers. It is good to know how to identify these numbers. So what are even numbers? Even number, it can be divided by 2 evenly. Means it can cut into 2 equal halves. For example, 2. That divide into 2, and you can end up with 1. 4 divide into 2, end up with 2, and so forth. Right? So what am I getting at is this. The even number is when you skip the odd number in the series. So look at it. See, we skip the odd number. And the odd number would be 1, 3, 5, 7. So once you skip that number in the series, then you end up with even number. And as we say before, even number is a number that can completely divide by 2 without leaving a remainder. Now let us speak a little bit about prime numbers. Now remember earlier we were talking about prime factors, and we speak about the prime numbers. So let us examine prime number a little bit more. So you know that prime numbers are numbers that are divisible by only 1 and itself. So let us start. 2. Most people will say, oh, 2 is an even number, so 2 is an odd number. The rule is prime number only can be divided by itself completely, and 1 completely without leaving a remainder. And 2 fall under that factor. Now, what am I saying? I'm saying that the rule of prime number applies to the number 2. Even though 2 belongs to the sets of even number, it also belongs to the set of prime number. 3. Most people would say 3. Number 3 is an odd number, right? But it also follows the rules of a prime number. Number 5, number 7. So that can it be that prime numbers are subsets of odd number? Yes, it can be. Prime numbers are subset of odd number. You are so correct. Now let us speak a little bit about whole number. Whole number. Whole number. Yeah, whole number. That's the thing. Whole number, guys. So these are any positive numbers that does not include a fractional or decimal parts, and it also includes 0. Yay! We speak about 0. So these are like counting numbers just listed on and on. So that's it, guys. 0 finally make it to the board as a whole number, guys. Let's get it for 0, guys. So that's it. So another set of number I will talk about is what we call the natural number or counting number. And you know that whenever you're counting, you start from number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so forth. So that is how you do the counting number. So we discuss how we find a factor. We discuss the various types of number groups. Now we're gonna focus on factors of an algebraic expression. So factors of an algebraic expression. Now let us look at this. If we were to write 5xy, right guys, plus 3x, now this itself is an expression, right? Remember, we were focusing on expression in the previous class. Now, say this term, 5x, this is the same as 5 times x times y, right? So what we're saying is these would consider to be the prime factor. So these will consider to be the prime factors of x, 5x, y. Now let us focus on this. This is 3 multiplied by x. So these would be the prime factor. Now, are we on the same page? Let's do a little bit of rubbing. Now, next, consider the expression 3x, open bracket, x plus 2. Now, we are going to write the prime factors of these. So, what we'll do is this. The 3 is multiplying by the x and also multiplying by whatsoever inside of the bracket, right? So, the factors would be 3, x, and also whatsoever inside the bracket. Let us do one more. If we were to write 10x, open bracket, x plus 2, open bracket, and also an x bracket, x plus y plus 3, so we will have 10 times x, right? Then the x will be multiplying by the x plus 2, and also we multiplying by the y plus 3. So does this finish? No. This can go down a little bit more. So 2 times 5 times x times the bracket plus 2 times the bracket again plus 3. And then all these terms would be the factor. So let us do some simple equation and then get busy. Three x plus 2 equal 8. So from this, we're going to solve for x. So what is x? The variable. So how you do an equation of this form is you need to get all the numbers to the right hand side of the equation. And then you will have x standing alone on the left hand side, and that will be the solution. Now I'm going to do it without doing the working out same time, and then I will show you what I'm talking about. So we're going to move whatsoever is farthest away from x, which is this. So we're going to have equal 8. And you know the negative 2 will come over as negative 2. I'll speak the answer before I write it. Sometimes that happens. So we're going to have x equal 2 minus 8 minus 2 all over 3. So x is equal to. So basically what I'm saying is that you remove all the numbers to the right hand side of the equation, leave only the variable, and the solution will be the value for the variable. So how you solve like this, you first calculate the top, will give us 6, and that's divided by 3, and x is equal to 2. So if you were to put the value of x equal to in the equation, 3x plus 2 equal 8, then you should get the solution. Or look, 3, 2 equal 8. You see that? The 2 3's is 6 plus 2 equal 8, and 8 is equal to 8. Now, this is not long, it's just that I am showing you that when you get the solution, you can put it in the original equation and you will get to prove your answer of the variable is correct. Now, what if you were to get an equation of this form? Look, 3x plus 2x minus 7 equal, I'm just writing some random number, equal 4x plus 10, right? Then it says, what is the value of the variable x? So to do an equation of this form, we have to follow the rule. You need to get all the variables to the left hand side of the equation and all the numbers to the right hand side. Let's do this, guys. So we can resolve this by saying 5x, and then we take over the 4x become negative, and then we bring over the 7, and we will have this calculating minusing each other. From here you can either do this 1 2 3 4 5 minus 1 2 3 4, so only leave us with x, right? That's one way how to show you how to do it. I'm not messing around, I'm just showing you that that's how they do it, right, guys? Not messing around, guys. Look, so we end up with a positive x is equal to 17. That's crazy. So if you want, you can put the value of x into the original equation and solve for your answer. Let us do one more. So let us call question 1, question 2. Let us do a next question, guys. Come on, look at this. 2, open bracket, x plus 2 equal 4. So if we were to get an equation of this form to solve for the value of x, what we got to do first is to resolve the left hand side by expanding the bracket by multiplying everything inside the bracket by the 2 on the outside. You end up with 2x plus 2 times 2, or 2 multiplied by 2 equal 4. So right there you have the 2x and you resolve this, plus 4 equal 4. This is crazy, guys. Do you see the answer? You have 2x is equal to 4, take away 4. So 2x is equal to 0. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. This don't mean that you don't have a solution. It simply means that the solution is 0 for x, which is the variable. Remember, you're solving for x. Not because you get x equals 0, that don't mean that this equation is wrong. Because look at it. If you were to put the value x equals 0 inside the original equation, 2 open bracket x plus 2 equal 4, you will get this. 2 open bracket 0 plus 2 equal 4. So when you multiply 2 by everything in the bracket, you will end up with 0 times 2 plus 2 times 2 equal 4. Then this will go and then we have 2 times 2 will give you 4 equal 4. Hence, that is good. Now, this is a teaser question, guys, and I will need you to give me your answer. Do you know that? Do you know that 0 factorial is equal to 1? Yeah, guys, 0 factorial is equal to 1. And also, 0 raised to the power of 0 is equal to 1. That's the trick question, guys. Come on, give me your explanation in the comment box, and also leave a comment, leave a like, and subscribe to my channel. That wrap up the lecture 2, and we will go further in lecture 3 and so forth. Thank you guys for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel, and also leave a comment and click the notification button for my next video. Thank you for watching the Captain Princess Math Corner. Goodbye.